What's up, guys? It's me, Zealand, here today in between innings to do my MLB season so far. So the first video I made was on March 10th. It was the video about opening day, and I said that I would make a MLB season so far video as I was doing for college basketball and the NBA every 2 weeks. It's already been, I'm recording this on April 28th. You'll either see this probably on Friday. I will be doing some stuff on Friday. So if I post it will be late on night on Friday, or I might just edit it and try to post it right now. But I am watching the NFL draft, which is currently going on. It's pick 7 right now, the Giants. And the Panthers just selected, I think. They picked I think a defensive end. But I know it's been over 2 weeks, but I will start making more like 2 weeks. So I'm going to go over the standings, some stats, how it's all working out, all that good stuff. So let's get right into it. So I just said so way too many times. Sorry about that. Start with the American League. In the AL East, we have the New York Yankees, the Toronto Blue Jays, the Tampa Bay Rays, the Boston Red Sox, and the Baltimore Orioles. The New York Yankees are in first place with a record of 13-6. Blue Jays right behind with a record of 13-7. The Rays are 11-8 in third place. The Boston Red Sox in fourth place, they're 8-12, doing okay. And then the Baltimore Orioles, no surprise, in dead last in the division, 6-13, 7 games behind first place. So obviously all the teams are still close. Like first to last place is only a 7-game difference. That's just because the season just started. Then we have in the AL Central, it comprises of the Minnesota Twins, the Kansas City Royals, the Chicago White Sox, the Cleveland Guardians, and the Detroit Tigers. Not how I thought the division would be looking right now. We have the Minnesota Twins in first place. They are 11-8. In second place, the Kansas City Royals are 7-10, 3 games behind the Minnesota Twins. We have the Chicago White Sox, my second favorite team, in third place. They are 7-11, 3.5 games behind the Twins. We have the Cleveland Guardians in fourth place. They are 7-12, 4 games behind the Twins. And in dead last, the Detroit Tigers are 6-12, 4.5 games behind the Twins. So that is even tighter than the AL East. Finally, for the AL, we have the AL West, which has the Texas Rangers, the Houston Astros, the Oakland Athletics, the Los Angeles Angels, and the Seattle Mariners. It goes like this. The Angels are actually doing pretty good so far. They are 13-7 in first place. The Mariners are in second place. They're 11-8, 1.5 games behind them. The Houston Astros, 2.5 games behind the Angels. They're third place, and they're 10-9. We have the Oakland Athletics with the same record as the Astros, so tied for third place. And the Texas Rangers in last, my third favorite team, me being born in Dallas. They are 6-13, 6.5 games behind the Angels. So, yeah, it's looking pretty interesting in the AL. Not how I expected all the divisions to look off the bat. Little pun there. In the NL, we have the NL East. This has the Braves, the Atlanta Braves, the Philadelphia Phillies, the Miami Marlins, the Washington Nationals, and the New York Mets. The New York Mets are in first place with a record of 14-6. The Miami Marlins are in second with a record of 10-8. We have the Philadelphia Phillies with a record of 10-10 in third place. So many wins as losses, a 500 winning percentage. We have the Atlanta Braves, former champions last year. They are 8-11 currently, 5.5 games behind the Mets. And then in last place, we have the Washington Nationals that are 6-15, 8.5 games behind the first place Mets. In the NL Central, sorry about that, we have the Chicago Cubs, the St. Louis Cardinals, the Pittsburgh Steelers, because of football, have football in my head because of the draft right now. I'll say that again because I messed up. I don't know what teams I said. Chicago Cubs, St. Louis Cardinals, Pittsburgh Pirates, Cincinnati Reds, and Milwaukee Brewers. The Brewers are in first place. They are 13-7. We have the St. Louis Cardinals in second place. They are 10-7. The Cubs are 8-10 in third. The Pirates are 8-11 in fourth. And the Cincinnati Reds with, I think, the worst record in the league. Yes. Worst record. The Cincinnati Reds are 3-16, 9.5 games behind first place. Not the biggest surprise. I'm pretty sure. I know Castellanos, I don't know if that's how you say it. He left with the Phillies, and yeah, Jesse Winker also left. So 2 of their all-star outfielders left the team, and they really best player right now, kind of. Well, I can't think of all their players. They have that one guy, I think Tyler Stevenson. Yeah, catcher. He is not the best, but I just know him because I played MLB The Show 21, and I had his, I think it was like Players of the Month program, and he had a card, and I had his, I think it was like a 92 overall card. It wasn't that good, but I just remember that name. Joey Votto is really old, though, but the Reds are kind of floundering there. 3-16, worst record. If they don't work on that, they're probably going to be... What was I going to say? I was going to make a joke, and then I forgot what the joke was. It was like, you know those one... That one... Oh, Spirit Halloween. Yeah, the one company, they go in, like, old buildings and they set up. I remember seeing some old, like, Ross, and they were in there. If they don't get better, the Red Stadium will be just a Spirit Halloween. We have the NL West, the final division in the league. This has the San Diego Padres, the Arizona Diamondbacks, the Colorado Rockies, the San Francisco Giants, and my Los Angeles Dodgers. So the Giants are in first place now with a record of 13-6. The Dodgers are 12-6, so they're half a game behind. They have same amount of losses, but just one less win because they played one less game. I don't remember why that is. Probably we've just had more off days so far. So we've played one less game, 13-6, and we have 12-6. The Padres are in third place. They're 13-7, also half a game behind the Giants. The Rockies are 10-9, 3 games behind the Giants, and in dead last, the Arizona Diamondbacks are 8-11, 5 games behind the first place San Francisco Giants. Said San Francisco quite a lot. Now I will go over some of the stat leaders currently in the league. Okay. So for batting average, we have Tom Murphy in first place for the Seattle Mariners with a 417. Eric Hosmer for the San Diego Padres in second place with a 415 batting average. Owen Miller for the Cleveland Guardians has a 409. Manny Machado for the San Diego Padres, so 2 Padres in the top 5 for batting average. Manny Machado, the third baseman for the Padres, has a 395 batting average. And Andrew Benintendi for the Kansas City Royals in fifth place with a 393. So all those guys doing too good so far. Really good so far is what I meant to say. Of course, those averages will drop down as the season progresses because there will be more games. You can't keep it that high the whole season. For home runs, some guys really, really hitting the ball hard to start the season. Anthony Rizzo in first place for the New York Yankees with 8. CJ Cron for the Colorado Rockies with 7. Jock Peterson, former Dodger, one of my favorite players, plays for the Giants now, has 6. Tied with him are 2 players, Brian Buxton for the Minnesota Twins, also with 6, and Jose Ramirez for the Cleveland Guardians with 6. For runs batted in, Jose Ramirez leads in this for Cleveland with 25 RBIs. Ty France for the Seattle Mariners has 21 in third. Anthony Rizzo for the New York Yankees has 19. CJ Cron for the Rockies has 18. And Nolan Arenado for the St. Louis Cardinals has 17. Not finally, there's 2 more batting stats. For hits, we have Manny Machado for the Padres has 30. Xander Bogaerts for the Boston Red Sox has 29. Eric Hosmer for the Padres has 27. Tied with him is Ty France for the Mariners with 27. And Jose Ramirez for the Cleveland Guardians with 25. For stolen bases, the final offensive stat, we have Julio Rodriguez for the Seattle Mariners with 8. Jorge Mateo, I'm assuming how you say that name, for Baltimore has 7. Adalberto Mondesi, I think is how you say it, for the Kansas City Royals has 5. Tied with him for third, Luis Robert for the Chicago White Sox has 5 as well. And finally, Starling Marte for the New York Mets in 5th place has 4. Now to the defensive side of the ball for pitching leaders. We have wins. Alek Manoah, I think that's how you say it, for the Toronto Blue Jays has 4 wins. His teammate, Adam Simber for the Toronto Blue Jays also has 4. And then tied for 3rd place, there's 3 people. Max Scherzer for the Mets has 3. Joe Musgrove for the Padres has 3. And Chris Bassett for the Mets has 3. So 2 Mets teammates up there. I think Joe Musgrove, if I believe so, was the dude who had the no-hitter last year. Yes, so Joe Musgrove threw the very first no-hitter in Padres history last year. Pretty good player. For ERA, earned run average, so that's, I don't remember how it's calculated, but it's something to do with the amount of hits you give. It's hits you give up times the innings you've played divided by 9. 9 innings in a game. So I think that's how it's calculated. Pablo Lopez is and it's the lower ERA, the better. Because basically saying how many runs you allow per game. So if you're allowing less than with like a 0.39, you're averaging less than a run a game, which is really good. Okay, sorry, rambling on a little too much. Pablo Lopez for the Miami Marlins is in first place for ERA with a 0.39. Then Logan Gilbert for the Mariners has 0.40. Bruce Zimmerman for the Baltimore Orioles has a 0.93. And then Joe Ryan for Minnesota and Carlos Rodon for the Giants tied for fourth place with a 1.17. Then for saves, in first place we have Josh Hader, Cy Young candidate for the Milwaukee Brewers with 10. So that's not Josh Hader. I'm thinking of Corbin Burns. Sorry about that. Josh Hader has 10 in first place. Jordan Romano for the Toronto Blue Jays with 9. Taylor Rogers for the Padres with 7. Daniel Bard for the Rockies with 5. And tied with him for fourth, Kenley Jansen, former Dodger, definitely one of my favorite players of all time, for the Atlanta Braves, has 5 as well. 2 more stats. We have strikeouts. This has Carlos Rodon with 38. And second, Max Scherzer and Corbin Burns. Scherzer for the Mets and Corbin Burns for the Brewers. They both have 33. And then Kevin Gausman and Shane McClanahan tied for fourth. Gausman for the Toronto Blue Jays and Shane McClanahan for the Rays. Both have 31. Quality starts tied for first is Joe Musgrove for the Padres and Alex Manoah for the Toronto Blue Jays. Both have 4. And then tied for third place, there's 3 dudes. Justin Verlander for the Houston Astros, Max Scherzer for the New York Mets, and Yu Darvish for the San Diego Padres. All have 3 quality starts. For that, strikeouts, what's his name? Clayton Kershaw definitely would be up there. I think he's only started like 2 games, and all these guys, he started 3 games, and all these guys have mostly started 4, and Kershaw still has 23. He had 13 in the first game where he had 7 perfect innings. Then he had 7 after that, I think. So then I guess that means he only had 3 strikeouts in his third start, which kind of surprised me that he went with only 3 strikeouts in a game. Yeah, it was 3. So he went 13-7-3. Yeah, so he's definitely been one of the best pitchers so far, and he's 3 wins, 0 losses, a 2.65 ERA, so that's why his ERA isn't the best so far. I'm thinking already at the 13-minute mark, so kind of going late. I'm trying to think of what else I was going to talk about. We'll call it a day. Thanks for watching. That's it for today. Peace.